Did you ever fall for any fake babas? You ever get sucked into that?
I mean, I don't want to speak ill of anybody.
Yeah, of course.
But I do. I definitely like looked up to a lot of people, even in the Maharaji kind of circle, just to be honest, that I was just like, whoa, and then when I met them, I was just really let down. But, obviously that's like a huge issue. I was actually just talking about it with my wife last night a little bit. It's especially, I think, now in these times, like, of this just kind of like guru marketplace, and like, it's so hard, it's so confusing for us to know who to not like follow, but like, just like, if you fall in love with somebody, I think it's just about falling in love with somebody. I don't want to say follow, I think it's kind of weird, but like, you fall in love with someone, even if they're not a guru or like whatever, they could just be a friend or like whatever. You fall in love with somebody, and then that person, whatever, does something that maybe is outside of your image of them or lets you down. It's just so it's hard to navigate. I've met so many I personally haven't, I've been, I think, lucky. I'm very grateful to I guess have just humble teachers, but I unfortunately know a lot of friends that had like very bad personal experiences, like very bad, like sexual, like misconduct, or just all sorts of shit, so it's really hard to deal with. I mean, yeah, especially when it comes to like something as fragile as like spirituality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's the tough thing.
That's when you're really vulnerable to someone and they exploit that for some weird sexual thing or something.
Yeah, because it's when it has to do with the spiritual, obviously it's like, there's just any old Joe Schmo, you're like, oh, whatever, it's horny bastard or whatever, but when you're with somebody that it has to do with, really just opening up your heart and kind of leading you down a path that it's, I don't know.
Like, if they take brahmacharya vows in India, I mean, that's actually something you can go to jail for.
Really?
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy.
We just me and JR did a podcast yesterday with a girl who considers herself an ex-cult member of Nityananda. Do you know who Nityananda is?
Yeah.
So she was telling us all kinds of crazy things like rape, pedophilia, kidnapping. And
we talked for 2 hours and we didn't even get into the murder.
He's the one that isn't he like in exile in like a country in like Africa or something?
He's in somewhere in South America.
Yeah.
Oh, South America. That's
nobody really knows where
they don't know for sure, but yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend, a Bengali friend, who loves to post videos of some of his speeches and as a joke, but you watch it and you like laugh, but then you're also like horribly disturbed too. It's like this weird.
She was worried that it could turn into like Jonestown or.
Yeah, that's the scary thing.
She even said that he idolized Osho and made everybody watch Wild Wild Country.
And L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard. He has all of his books and is into Scientology. Employs some of those tactics on, his devotees.
Yeah, that shit freaks me out, man. I was like, I was so interested for some sick reason. Not sick reason, maybe it was good. Like, I am very interested in like cults and stuff, and like I remember like the Welcome to Jonestown like documentary, and I've seen it like so many times. But I'd watch it with Swamis in the temple, and we would just talk about it. but I think for me, it's just like, I was just like, how did that happen? How did this many people drink Kool-Aid with their children and parents, and like that? It just blows my mind. You know, or like Waco. I've seen a few documentaries about Waco, and then, you know, Wild Wild Country was such a good documentary as well. But I've always been like fascinated in that type of thing, or like Drugs Inc. or something, you know, like on Nat Geo, because I'm like, yo, like this is a reality for some people. Like this is where they live, like in their heads and bodies, and it's so far from my like little world of music and like rom, you know. So it's just I don't know, I'm interested in those types of things.
I don't know how, like, is it just like some sort of herd mentality that's getting psychologically hijacked by some charismatic guy? And I mean, how do people fall for that?
Desire.
Some people want power to the point you're like, drinking Kool-Aid with your kids and stuff.
Yeah, that's where it's like,
yeah. Like how does that? I mean, how does that unfold?
Detached from this reality, for sure.
I have no idea. Just like, I think it happens in steps. I think it happens in steps. I
guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because like right away,
12-step process.
Yeah, but that shit was just, that freaks me out.
Thank you for listening to A Place for Humans podcast. My name is Dakota Wint, and you can listen to full episodes of A Place for Humans anywhere you listen to podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever. And please head over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a positive review. That really helps. Anyways, catch you next episode.
A Place for Humans.